All the Hillary Clinton facts you never knew. That you probably don't need to know. But now you are going to know because she is running for president. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Then again, I am not in politics. Thank goodness. Whether or not you're into politics. These 10 facts about Hillary Clinton are pretty interesting, you probably didn't know about. Number 1. Being in politics wasn't one of her career goals. Young Hillary has told audiences that her early career goals were becoming a baseball player, a journalist, and an astronaut.
Everyone deserves a chance to live up to his or her God-given potential. That's the dream we share. That's the fight we must wage.
How old are you? Are you 3 years old?
When I was at the hospital with Chelsea, while she was there to give birth to...
Number 2. Hillary won a Grammy in 1997 for Best Spoken Word Album for the audio version of her book It Takes a Village. Number 3. Hillary Clinton says, "One of the few regrets I have about my public life is a simple one. Not driving a car. The last time I actually drove a car myself was 1996. And I remember it very well," she told the National Automobile Dealers Association's convention in New Orleans.
It's wonderful being here in one of my favorite spaces in Washington, and to see all of you for this incredibly important summit. I want to begin by thanking Senator Isaacson. As he said, Johnny and I served together in the Senate. In fact, we were on the same committee, a committee called the HELP Committee, standing for Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, where we worked on a range of issues, including children's health. And I so greatly appreciate his leadership and his heart. He is one of the champions for working on behalf of a better future for children everywhere, and in particular in Africa.
Number 4. Yes, young Hillary Rodham was a Republican. Hillary was a Republican as a teen, until the events of 1968 led her to switch parties as a college student at Wellesley College. Number 5. By 1978 she would become the First Lady of Arkansas when Bill was elected governor of Arkansas, and it would be her official title for 12 years. The following year she would become the first woman to made a full partner in her law firm. Between 1987 and 1991 she was first chair of American Bar Association's Commission on Women in the Profession. In 1993 she would however become First Lady of the United States and also the First Lady to hold a postgraduate degree, let alone one who had her own independent career and also requested an office in the West Wing as well as the traditional First Lady's offices in the East Wing. Number 6. She served as the 67th U.S. Secretary of State during Obama's first term in office. She was the third female Secretary of State in U.S. history. Number 7. She's the most traveled Secretary of State ever. Last year, Clinton surpassed Madeleine Albright's record of countries visited. Clinton wound up seeing 112 countries in 4 years. She traveled almost 1 million miles and spent about 25% of her time on the road and in the air. Clinton said her first goal after leaving the State Department was to sleep in. Number 8. She's the most successful women presidential candidate so far. Clinton came close to defeating White Sox fan Barack Obama for the 2008 presidential nomination for the Democratic Party. She received more than 17 million votes during the nomination process and trailed Obama by 103 delegates as the end of it. Number 9. She gave a groundbreaking speech, declaring that human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all. In 1995, Hillary led the U.S. delegation to Beijing to attend the UN Fourth World Conference on Women. Despite being told by some officials not to go, she gave a groundbreaking speech, declaring that human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all, inspiring women around the world. Number 10. Hillary Clinton has become a role model for women in politics. She has shown throughout her life that as a woman you can have a thriving career, support and stand by a husband throughout his own political career and still harbor aspirations to hold the highest office in the land as her own.
Dream we share, that's the fight we must wage.
How old are you? Are you 3 years old?